y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Fine Talks. Happy holidays. And I'm excited. So before we get into the interview, I have Dangerous. Do I say Mr. Dangerous or just Dangerous?
Mr. sound good.
Mr. Dangerous here that I'm interviewing today. Before we get into the interview questions, we're going to go ahead and start with the icebreaker question, and then we're going to get into it. How you feeling?
I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, let's
Ready
get
to go.
into it. Chitter Chatter is an icebreaker game that
Chitter-chatter.
I created myself because a lot of podcasts that I've seen, they had icebreaker questions. So I was like, okay, cool. How can I make that my own? So long-term wise, I'm looking to create an icebreaker game to sell to other people. So I'm testing it out now. So all these questions I came up with myself. So let's go ahead and pick a few icebreaker questions.
All right.
And then we'll get into it. Because this time, y'all, I did not do a hot seat. Most people, I put in the hot seat first, and I post that on my story and then have people do some hot seat questions. But I know you were going through a lot, so I was like, I don't want to get too crazy because my followers, they be asking some crazy stuff. So I was like, we'll save that for another time.
You kind of got me nervous with the chitter chatter question.
These are not as crazy as the hot seat questions.
All right. How many I choose?
However many until you feel like you're comfortable
and
ready to get more serious.
Start it off. Have you ever had a spicy dream about one of your friends? A spicy dream.
A spicy dream.
Damn.
You don't have to say no names, but it's just the.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Definitely not about one of my friends. Not at all. Most people that I view as a friend, I don't know. I mean, for sure they haven't came into my dreams like that. And then most of them male, so shit.
Oh
shit. Yeah.
Well, 10 points for you that most of your friends is man, so good job.
Yeah. Damn.
See, that's not that bad.
Nah, it wasn't. But it definitely broke the ice.
Do you want to do one more?
All right, here we go.
And then after that, you can just tell me about yourself, tell the followers or the viewers just a little bit about yourself, where you're born, explain your name to me, all that good stuff.
Do I have a call line or something? Can I give this one to somebody?
I mean, you can ask somebody.
I mean, because what's your guilty pleasure?
Not you getting the two spicy ones, because I swear the rest of them are not like reckless.
Well, look, for the next people that's being interviewed, shuffle them up pretty good, because I thought I did. And yeah, my guilty pleasure. Sheesh.
If you need to pass, you could pass and pick another one.
Nah, my man raised no punk. So, I mean, it's just, okay, I'm going to let you pick a topic. Can you pick a topic?
Guilty pleasure. Since you are an athlete, okay, in that field, what's your guilty pleasure?
I love hurting people with a smile on my face.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Good.
That's my guilty pleasure.
Good loophole. Good job.
So hey, if you ever in the ring with me, don't get turned on. Don't think I'm turned on. Maybe a little bit by beating your ass, but
just a little bit. Okay, so talk to me, because this is my first time meeting you. So talk to me about where you were born, what you do, and we'll start there.
Okay. Well, I was born in technically Long Beach. Shit. But I'm from LA. Yeah. I was born in LA. I moved out of LA when I was about like 11 years old. Okay. I went up to Central California.
Why'd you move out of LA?
Well, my grandmother had passed away. And when we was living out here, me and my brother, we were living out here. My grandmother passed away. Mm-hmm. And when she passed away, my uncle, which is my mom's brother, decided to take us up north because my mom, she was working 3 jobs at the time. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was ditching school in the 5th grade. 4th grade, I was.
Was it because you had so much going on in your life at that time that you felt like at 11 you were doing the most?
To be honest with you, I thought it was normal. I didn't see anything wrong with anything that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that was around me, don't get me wrong, my mother, she taught me right from wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but there's only so much that a woman can do with raising two young men.
Correct.
So,
and where was your dad at?
I mean, I gotta just keep it real. You know, he was out game banging. He was out doing this thing. As far as being in the streets, in and out of prison. And I mean, the lifestyle was embraced whenever we were with him. It was embraced. There was no hiding it. It was, you know, he was who he was, and I say was because he actually just passed away 2 weeks ago.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you were? I know death is a touchy topic because he wasn't in your life. Do you still feel like you felt it severely when he passed away?
Man, it actually, to be honest with you, as weird as this may sound, it shocked me how much it hit me. And of course, that's my dad. And it's like, because I've been through a lot of deaths. I've lost a lot of friends through these past couple of years. I lost a lot of people and family members and all. And of course, that's your dad.
Yeah.
And I thought like because he wasn't killed, he died pretty much of natural causes. Not necessarily happy, you know what I'm saying, but you know, accepting of the way that he went. I guess you could say, you know, when they go from natural causes. If anybody in LA, you know the difference.
Yeah.
You know, so with that being said, it hit me. It hit me tough, and it hit me tough at different times. It hit me tough because when I got the phone call, it was over, but still kind of going on. Like what I mean by that is my grandmother, which is his mom, she called crying, and he had just passed, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I'm like.
And your grandma's still local? Or is she local?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So they were staying in Lancaster at the time, but I'm like, it's over. Like he's not breathing no more. You guys are done trying. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of hit me a little different. I'm like, dang, because it's funny. Like he was an early bird. He called me at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like,
and I do want to say I appreciate you for being open and talking about this, because for me, dealing with death is very hard to talk, especially publicly. Like I don't even think I'd be able to do a whole interview. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, most definitely.
I do.
Most definitely. I appreciate you for giving me the platform to let it out, because it might be other people out there that don't got the confidence, and maybe I'm bringing it out of them.
Agreed.
But
into that.
So yeah, definitely. It just it hit me different at the time, because it comes that realization like, oh, it's over. You know, like phone calls, you know, spending time, all of that. And as his later years, of course, he calmed down pretty completely.
As most people do.
Yeah. And he was spending a lot of time with the grandkids. He was spending, you know, he was coming around, and, you know, until.
How many kids do you have?
I got 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too much. My little brother got 5. He got 5 of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and he's younger than me and got 5.
Jeez,
so
you got
3?
Any?
No, not yet.
Nah.
As many people that I'm around that got kids, I'm like, it's making me want to wait.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, my goodness, going through life and to like have kids, I'm like, salute to all of y'all, because I be out of it going through my own stuff. So I'm like, I do.
Definitely. It's definitely a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, kids bring real life to you. And as far as that, what I mean by that is that no matter what, you're going to push through and get through what you need to,
right?
For the kids. And yeah, it's going to be a struggle, but life is a struggle with or without them, you know? So with that being said, I'm not saying go have a kid. No, just wait until you're ready, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, don't be so intimidated by it. You know, of course, seeing everybody else's struggles, you got to remember that we're actually put on this earth to reproduce. So, you know, money, clothes, and all of that stuff is last when it comes to what we were really put here for, you know?
Yeah.
But
as far as your dad passing away, I was trying to touch on how you said you did feel, you weren't aware that you were gonna like feel as much as you felt when he passed away. But how are you getting closure with that whole thing? And you are a business owner, and touch on that aspect, and then how you're coping, because I feel like being an entrepreneur and a business owner, well, it is the type of thing where you have to keep going regardless. It's not a 9 to 5, so you don't have any days off. But how do you balance, or how are you balancing all of that?
To be honest with you, this was the first time I actually, with one of the deaths I've encountered,
Mm-hmm.
are I actually took a step back
Mm-hmm.
to embrace it.
To feel and
Yeah, to
process it.
feel, yeah, to actually feel it and process it, because um, um, you can have a million friends, you can
Mm-hmm.
have a million cousins, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, but you only get two parents at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And with me being a father myself, I had to take a real step back and look at it, like, look at the impact he had on my life,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was good or bad, and and really feel it,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, your father has left this earth. I still have a responsibility to my kids and the people that I'm around and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to really step back and take it all in and say, okay, go ahead and feel this one. Feel it as much as you need. Take as much time as you need. Make sure that you understand it,
Mm-hmm.
because I've lost close friends to where it's like, sometimes it's like, dang, you'll pop up one time and just feel it. Like, I'm
Yep.
not saying it's not going to be the same with my dad. Who knows the future?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know I took this time to say, okay, I got my mom still. I got to,
And I think that's good, because I was having a conversation earlier about like life moves so fast,
it does.
and being able to consciously stop and process everything that you're going through, it does take skill and practice. So I hope that people get that out of this interview. Like, it's okay to take the time, because I know with myself, I have a hard time doing that, because I'll go through so much, and then by the time I look back, I'm like, I didn't even give myself time to breathe, because I'm automatically thinking about the goals that I'm trying to reach and deadlines and all of that. So that is good that you did that. How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
3 words. I would say, okay, I'm very, if I'm close to you, I'm very loving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well respected, and protected.
Those are 3 powerful words
Yeah.
to me. Can you talk to me about your daily routine? Because you haven't said yet what you do. So describe to me, or describe to us, what it is that you do, and then what is your daily routine?
Okay, so, well, for those who don't know, I am Devin Dangerous Brock. I'm a professional MMA fighter slash entrepreneur, business owner. My daily routine is, first and foremost, dealing with my kids and my family. Taking my kids to daycare, school, dropping them off, getting them right, and then first thing first, I hit a gym. So it
And
depends.
how long have you been fighting?
Since 2017 now. Yeah,
Okay.
since 2017 now. I actually had a sprint in my career. Like, I was only an amateur for 10 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I was turning pro at the Forum against legendary Hoist Gracie's son.
Okay.
That's right there. He's a pioneer of the sport. He is a legend in the
Mm-hmm.
game. So to be able to fight his son was a big honor for myself.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to him, but at the time, me myself, where I was coming from, I didn't know nothing of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know nothing of him.
Mm-hmm.
I just
What
was just
led you
new
in the
fighting.
path of fighting?
My brother actually, at the time, well, we've always said that we wanted to box and do certain things
Mm-hmm.
growing up, but we never got the opportunity to. I started late, 21 years old. Um,
That's not late. That's at the right time.
yeah, exactly. But some will say, because a lot of people in this sport have had disciplines, and we call them disciplines, but training martial arts since they were a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and versus myself, like, that's a lot of time. What makes you, anybody that wants to get better at something is about the time that you put into it.
Agree.
So some people are walking in at 21, they're a veteran, and not me, I'm a rookie at the time. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But of course, if you watch back, you see I didn't fight like no rookie.
No, you
But
didn't.
But so yes, that's what I do.
And do you feel like you're fighting, that's something that just came natural?
Yeah, definitely. It came natural because
Was you
unfortunately I
fighting
was
I
always
was about to say,
fighting.
was you whooping feet in
Yeah,
school?
yeah. Kicked out of almost every school I went to. Yeah, pretty much every school that I went to.
Do you feel like you were angry, or you was not about it, so you
Yeah,
just was fighting?
I had a I had a low tolerance. I guess at the time I just had a pretty much a very low tolerance for bullshit. Me personally, I never looked at myself as a bully. Like I'd
Mhm.
never go and pick on somebody and stuff like that. To be honest with you, growing up, I was probably one of the smaller ones out any group that I was ever in, and
Mhm.
definitely for sure one of the youngest ones in every group that I was in. So anytime that something I did fight, I'm not going to just say like I couldn't have walked away or something like that,
Mhm.
but I definitely wasn't taking no bullshit.
Yeah.
So if it came to me, I was ready to finish it however way I had to at the end of the day.
And is your family super supportive of what you do?
Oh yeah, to be honest with you, uh, from what some people may look at as a curse, I
Mhm.
look at it as a blessing because it's brought my family together in so many ways.
Mhm.
Like to be able to be the topic of something with bringing the family together
Mhm.
is big because
I
if you
agree.
know nowadays we don't do family barbecues, we don't
Nope.
do it like we used to in the back in the days.
Mm-mm.
It's
I ain't go to nobody's house on Thanksgiving.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like it's really that kind of lifestyle is dying out. Like that bringing everybody together is really dying out. And to me, it's sad. It's like, dang, like
Yeah, it's a
people.
lot of stuff going on. And for like I said, for Thanksgiving, I didn't go to nobody's house because I just felt like it was so much stuff going on, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
just don't even want to
yeah,
be a part of it. But
yeah. I think, to be honest with you, this little topic that I was thinking about the other day was
hmm
that I feel like some people, a lot of people feel they're a part of you through social media now.
agree.
No matter like we have never met, but I can say I'm your friend.
Yeah,
You
for
know what
sure.
I'm saying? But to be honest with you, me personally, I don't believe the same way. Yeah, you can be
That was
nice to
literally gonna
people.
be my next question. Was like, how do you are you a social media person, or how do you like balance being in reality and then managing the social media world?
Oh, so social media never really much really know that what I'm going through as far as in reality. I mean,
hmm
they may see um, a different kind of post, like as
hmm
in, I miss a loved one that I lost or something like that,
hmm
sharing a little bit of pain there or something like that. But for the most part, on my everyday battles, I'm not going to be the one up there posting about it and everything like that. I mean,
Yeah.
to each his own with that kind of topic because I do feel like um,
It's
venting.
needed, but it's not
Yeah.
the way it's needed, but it's needed in a very constructive way, which is why I created my platform, because I wanted people to be able to share like what's really going on, or what and how the stuff that they went through that made them be who they are, which we see on Instagram. So people won't go to your page and be like, "Oh, he struggled as a kid, blah blah blah." They won't know that until they
Hmm.
watch this interview, unless they know you like on a more intimate level. So
Yeah.
social
Definitely.
media is it's a tricky world.
It is. It
What
is.
would you say is the most challenging part of your career right now?
Ah, hmm. I don't want my kids to take this the wrong way.
How old are your kids?
Nah, I got a 9-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-year old.
The 9 year old gonna be like, Dad, you don't like us.
Yeah, nah, definitely. There's definitely not that way. Actually, shout out to my son Kyrie,
Kyrie.
number 13 on them LA Chiefs. He just won a Super Bowl championship actually 2 weeks ago. Um, but just even that,
hmm
they practice, they dedicate, they train almost just as much as us professionals,
hmm
and to be able to, like I said, I got a 9 and then babies.
And you're hands on, Dad. That's the
Exactly.
difference.
So yeah, so it's like taking him to practice and then dealing with babies,
hmm
So it's like it's a big battle because
hmm
I'm supposed to be training myself.
hmm
You get what I'm saying? So it's a big battle with time and everything, and um, like I said, I'm growing up in this profession. You're going up against people that have no kids, people that have no responsibilities.
And they can do all that training that they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. So on where I'm putting in an hour's worth of work, they're putting in 8. You get what I'm saying? And it's like in this sport, sometimes that can be detrimental to you with them as an opponent. Sometimes at the end of the day, it is all about confidence and knowing your skill set. So I believe in myself. I believe in myself wholeheartedly and highly. So I don't feel like anything once I put my mind to it can stop me once I'm in there.
In the last 3 years, what is something that you've learned about yourself that you've improved on?
Oh, just pretty much the topic I just spoke on.
Being able to balance all that.
Well, just believing in myself at the end of the day, and I say that because you can lose yourself. I feel like every human being goes through that process of identity, like trying to figure out like who you are, what's accepted. You get what I'm saying? By the outside world, especially me, like coming from like I was not the person that everybody liked. You get what I'm saying? Or the person that everybody looked up to for something. Besides like my family members or people coming up behind me or anything. Yeah, but I wasn't that person. So now with me, my image being out there so much, having people judge it, I've actually started putting more feelings towards that. Like, oh, maybe they're right, and then but at the end of the day, you got to be who you are and remain that person and stand on that. Don't get me wrong. I do take constructive criticism. Maybe you do see something where I'm slacking and you can speak up on it. But I feel like some people get a little too attached to your life.
For sure.
And sometimes they may play a big role or position in your life and you take it in too harsh, and then you might have an identity crisis at the time.
Agreed.
Without getting too deep into it.
Okay, the next topic that I want to go into is depression and anxiety. I feel like, or I've been very open about dealing with depression and anxiety myself through going through foster care and being in abusive relationships. But for the people out there that need different tips on how to cope and how to get through anxiety, what tips and advice do you have for them?
Okay, depression is a big one. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody kind of runs into a form of depression. You have to, like I said earlier, remember who you are. And whatever that takes, whatever that special hobby is. Some people don't have hobbies or whatever, but whatever makes you you, you have to make sure that you can get back to it. And once you get back to it, I don't care if it's a day at a time, give yourself another day to not be depressed, and I say that by doing things like, eliminating the things that are depressing you. You may not be able to eliminate it as a whole right then and there, but take it one step at a time when it comes down to it. I know for myself, yeah, that's how I've had to play it, because we all have them. Sometimes, like I said, with social media, some people be depressed off of social media. I caught myself in the loop of watching other people's careers.
And having the why is that person doing that and I'm not, or we come from the same place, but how come that person is doing better than I am?
Exactly. And at that time, you just have to focus on yourself. And if it's taking a break from social media, take that break.
It is needed.
If it's voicing it or being vocal about it, if you feel like something you're being mistreated in a way and you can't get past it, voice it. Or at the end of the day, it's so deep that if you need to seek help, seek help.
For sure. And there are resources out there, so don't be embarrassed. And then don't internalize it and think like, oh, this is something that I'm going through and it can't be addressed. Like, ask, let people know, other people that you know that have gone through it, like reach out, what can I do to get better? But
definitely.
I do want to say thank you. Just go ahead and let everybody know if there's any projects that you have going on, where they can follow you on your social media platforms. And then again, I thank you so much because this is a vulnerable time in your life, but I appreciate you for sharing this moment with me. And I wish you nothing but success.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you too. Thank you for sharing your platform with me and letting me be able to give me to your fans. And if anybody wants to follow me, Devin Dangerous Brock on Instagram, and I'm Devin Brock 155 on Twitter. Go ahead and check me out.
Bye.